Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the stupendous, the exceptional, the well-read Dr. Yukon Suck It. That's right, tell your mama, Yukon Suck It. And I am coming here from my secret underground headquarters, bringing you the most un-Dr. Suck It deck of all time. The Die in the Fire Mono Blue deck that I've just labeled Mono Blue, right? So I was over trolling Untapped GG and I found on its premium mythic standard list this Mono Blue deck. And I thought, you know, it's been a long time since I tried Mono Blue. Let's try this one out. Let's see how well it does. And a lot of people have their colors that they hate, that they're diametrically opposed to. And to me, this is that kind of deck. Because not only is it a mono blue deck, which I think is not great, but also it's a mono blue deck with a lot of counter spells in it. So, I feel for anybody that plays against me. I feel icky about doing this, but you just gotta push your envelope every once in a while. So let's take a look at this deck and let's see what's got in there. So at the low end, and there's a lot of low end. This is the Lindsay low end of decks. We've got Ascendant Spirit. So Ascendant Spirit works well, provided you got a lot of snow-covered lands, and we got 19 snow-covered lands right there. Because you put it out for 1, you got a 1/1. It's just a spirit. Hello, I'm a spirit. I'm a spirit. But for 2 white snow-covered mana of some sort, 2 snow-covered mana, you can upgrade it to become a spirit warrior who has a power and toughness of 2/3. And 3 mana on top of that. This is definitely a layaway creature, right? You can get it up to being a flying warrior who is a 4/4. And then for 4 mana on top of that, so at this point you pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You put 10 mana into this thing, right? Like in a foretell kind of situation. But then it becomes a angel who's a 6/6, and whenever it deals, it's flying as well. And whenever it deals damage to a target player, you draw a card. So that's a great thing once you can put 10 mana into this thing. It takes you a while. So it's an investment. Otherwise, it's a chump blocker, right? We got Delver of Secrets, which is not a great card either, except for in a small situation. Number one, if you can get him in your opening hand, you can put him down turn 1. Great, you got a 1/1. Then potentially on your next turn, if you reveal your card and it happens to be an instant or sorcery, you can convert them, at which point on turn 2, you got a 3/2 flyer. Fantastic, right? Fantastic, you got him. That is the only situation in which Delver of Secrets is awesome. Because then for the next 2 or 3 turns, you got a flying guy doing 3 points of damage. That is great. It is great, right? Now, otherwise, if this guy comes out mid-turn, mid-game, you got a 1/1, and then maybe if you're lucky, he becomes a 3/2 mid-game. Guess what? 3/2 flyer mid-game with no other abilities, not that big of a deal. So, whatever, he's in here. People seem to love him. I'm not a big fan, personally. We'll see if it works out, right? We'll see if he's awesome somehow. I really hate the way that guy looks. He's got a weird light bulb head. I'm sorry if that's some dude's dad, but whatevs, right? We got Fading Hope. Wonderful blue card. Return target creature to its owner's hand. If the mana value is 3 or less, you scry 1. So this is a great offensive and defensive card, which can get you really far. And I recommend playing this a bunch. Glad that it's in here. Slip out the back, Jack. Phasing, man. One thing that Dr. Suckett loves, phasing. Love phasing. The thing is, I want to use this card like offensively by phasing out the creature, some opponent's creature. It's kind of like a Fading Hope, right? My problem is that you also are going to put a +1/+1 counter on it. So hopefully that's not that big of a deal if you do it. Otherwise, use it for your own guy. Wait till they try to do something icky to one of your guys, then give it a +1 counter and phase it out. It comes back stronger than before, right? Spell Pierce. So once again, this card mid to late game is usually trash. If they've got, because you only can go after non-creature spells, and if they have 2 extra mana, they can override the veto, right? So it's as good at the early game, or if they're playing really expensive stuff and they're using up all their mana. But even then, if you're going up against, like, let's say mono green, there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing. The only thing it would be like, what, Blizzard Brawl or something that you have to worry about, or maybe it's Snakeskin Veil that may be able to target something like that. Maybe who knows. We got just Jwari Disruption. Jwari Disruption is slow blue land. And if you got plenty of land, you can use it as a counter spell. And it's a easy to override counter spell because they only have to pay an additional 1 to be able to do things. So I try to think of this thing as just an additional land who can be used as something else as a pit in a pinch. We got Ledger Shredder. This guy's been making the rounds right now since new Capenna come out. This guy has been doing very well in a lot of blue decks. He costs you 2. He's a 1/3, so he's got a big old birdie butt. He's got flying, so he's not doing much offensively. But as people play 2 spells each turn, then he connives, which means you can put a +1/+1 counter on, provided you draw a card. So he's a card draw engine. And if you discard a non-land card, then you put a +1/+1 counter on him. So this guy is pretty space awesome. We got Spectral Adversary, who I've played with in the past. He looks like he should be awesome, but in reality, he is so-so. He is a 2/1 for 2 with flying, and he's got flash, which means you can get him in at the end of your opponent's turn and attack with him on your next turn. So it's practically blue haste. Even more so, if you got extra mana you could pump into this guy, you could pick up +1/+1 counters, making him into a 3/2 or a 4/3 potentially, right? And then you can even phase out artifacts, creatures, and or enchantments. Played right, this guy could be pretty awesome. But I just find him really hard to work with. His art is really good. I really appreciate it. Uriah Voth. Thank you, because he is space cool. Essence Capture. So we got counter target creature spell, 2 blues. I am totally into this as a counter spell. I appreciate it when there's no override. And you put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature you control. Great. This is a great counter spell. I appreciate it. Geistlight Snare costs you 3, at which point you can counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. So this one's not so bad, because 3 is a lot to try to come up with when you're doing things. I think this one's not so bad. Plus, it says it costs 1 less if you control spirit. And if you do the count, there's a lot of spirits in this deck. And if you have an enchantment, it costs you 1 less. Do we have any enchantments in here? I don't think so. So really, it's all about spirits. So anyways, you can potentially pay this thing for 2 and make them pay 3 to override it. So not bad. It's not as great as Essence Capture, but still, I'm there. Let's see, Thirst for Discovery. So one of the best things about blue is you play it to do card draw. Draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discard a basic land. You know what? I'm not really using basic lands for anything in this deck, so I'm totally cool with discarding it. So for 3 mana, I can pick up 2 cards. I'm good with that. This is a good card draw card. Dreamshackle Geist. So he's a spirit. Costs you 3. You got a 3/1. That 1 really bothers me. But he's got flying, so hopefully that evasion will help get some damage in. Plus, at the beginning of combat on your turn, you choose up to 1 tap target creature, or target creature does not untap during its controller's next untap step. That second thing is really excellent if you're going against guys that have tapped something. And if you can keep it tapped just continually over and over again, that creature is essentially exiled for the most part. I mean, they can still use whatever abilities it has or whatever. Unless, of course, they're tap abilities. But still, Dreamshackle Geist can keep things pinned down. Good for it, right? We've got snow-covered islands. We've got 19 of them. We've got 1 Kamigawa land that bounce things back. Nothing in the sideboard. So let's take it out and see how well it does. What is this? Angelskyd? Angelskyd, like skid mark, like what you do to your underwear. That's probably exactly what they're talking about. Lots of cheap creatures. We'll keep it. We can play our whole hand with the mana that we got. Angelskyd. We'll slip out the back, Jack. Snowlands, huh? Don't quite have the snowlands to be able to do much with the Ascendant Spirit, but might as well maintain a board presence. You think Angelskyd is actually playing with white angels at this point? No, they are not. There's 2 mana. Counter target creature spell. We're going to play like a blue player. I'm going to try to put out something creature-y. We got anything with flash in here? Yeah, this guy's flash. That's not very creature-y. I could save him, though. I really care enough to save him. Let's do it. We're blue. Wonk. Alright, there's 3. And we're good. Because we play on my opponent's turn, because we are blue players. I am a blue player. I can poke dragons in the eye. Hey there, man. How's it going? Yeah, some hobbit just stopped by. He told me that you sucked. You can try to do something sneaky on me here. And here we go. I'm going to do something sneaky on you. Alright, 4 mana. That's awesome. I'll go ahead and play this dude. Let's send in the clowns. And we're ready to Essence Capture or slip out the back. Nope, nothing for you. Suck it, Angelskyd. Alright, playing against IsaacNewton. I'm glad to see he's back from the dead. I imagine he probably would play Magic cards. He strikes me as that kind of a dude. Alright, don't wake them up. They're sleeping. Shh. 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 Alright, this does not look good. I don't know why this happens occasionally. I guess I'll feed Qbert. And let's take a look at his art. That's awfully gross looking. I'll play with his lights. Get the one that's right behind this guy's head. I'll push around his velvet rope. I'm not giving up on this because that would mean a loss, and I am not going to live for that. You think there's any secret doors around here? I can push the plants around a bunch, can't I? Looks like IsaacNewton is taking his sweet time to do nothing in particular. Oh, there we go. Oh, what do we got? 2 mana. And pretty much everything can be cast with 2. Let's keep it. There's a third one right there. What am I going to do about that? Should I play that one first just to make sure? I will. I'm willing to live with that. Ooh, let's see what we got there. All right. So there's R2. And he's got a 1/3 coming at us here. Let's put out the spirit. Next in turn. All right. We have the ability to phase some dudes out here. Wish I had my counter spells going. think this is the double strike deck, is it? He's playing Esper version of it. Is it just connive? Just trying to get the connives up? All right, we have a counter spell now, and we got something that can... Let's just do that. Oh, that sucked. I thought it was tapped. No attacks. Yep, you run too much of this game in your head, not enough actually watching what's going on. At least that's the way I'm working here. All right. No. Go ahead and deal with me with 5 points of damage. Can use this to return our boy back to his hand, no matter how big he gets. Let's just do that. All right, and let's just go ahead and send them in for the attack. Good, there you go. You can't untap now. I'll use the other Dreamshackle to tap down the other guy at a later time. Ooh, I should have put it out early. That would have been nice. I could have pinned them both down. Even if it didn't attack, I have to imagine its ability would still have worked. I was trying to... I was going to bounce that back to my hand. What happens to these guys? They get +1/+1 and lifelink. Eek. All right, let's go, IsaacNewton. Make up your mind. There's your double striker. Yeah, I'm not sure if I have much of a plan here. All right. I like the way these guys do some cool-ass stuff. You do not. You do not. All right, I can keep my guys alive after treating them as blockers. That would probably be cool to do. Yeah, you're gonna love this. Time to get tricksy. Okay, so don't be too quick about it, Dr. Suckett. There you go. Pull them back. There we go. Pass the blockers. Block and block. And now they're blocked. And now you pump. And pump. Throw something away. All right, so we have 5 mana. This costs us 4, so the experience would be 5. Oh, I could put this guy out. I could put him out, and it'd be 6, which means I'd be able to phase out 2 dudes for the turn. Still, I'd only be able to get in with 7, 8, 9 points of damage. Leave myself wide open. Phasing's on this. This is a flash. Means I could do it on his turn, which is the way to go. So we will do nothing. What do I got going out here? Alright, tap creature, that one. Tap another creature, that one. Alright, he's going to love this crap. Yeah, man, whatever. Whatevs. Pass to attackers. That's fine. They can all phase out, right? Autopay. Autopay. Oh, I only get to do 2 of them, don't I? Who am I getting rid of? Double Striker. And that guy. And do I want to kill anybody? 1. Block. Alright, well this is kind of lame, so let's just pump. Do I have the ability to pump anymore? What do we got? Nope, just 1. Let's go ahead and put them out. Alright, we are at the end of our rope. Whatever, man. Have a good time. Oh, that's not cool. Anyways, he's out. You're out of the picture. Let's just tap this guy right there. There, I got everything going on now. All attack. That's 17? Oh, it's only 14. And we're dead. That was actually super cool. That was super cool. I'm out of tricks at this point. Look, man, I don't care. You're going to win. I'm going to block a couple guys just so I can say I can. Yeah, you lost out. There we go. 1 and 2. There we go. Suck it! Alright, alright. Still, that was space awesome. I'm playing against MountainmanDude. MountainmanDude. And we got 4 mana. This is looking great. We'll keep it. Alright, we'll start off with the Delver of Secrets. And a Spell Pierce that I cannot play at the moment. Non-creature spell. Death! There's another person for you to kill. Nope, not for you, huh? Should I put out a 3rd one? Yeah, I should. I should just do it. It's fine. Spectral Adversary, I can play on his turn. We're going to be doing our 1 point of damage here for a while. We got to cast, what, 2 per turn? Is that the deal? So that is a, let's see. Cast control and enchantment. Counter target spell unless it's control pays 3. So this is target spell. Alright. Should I go for it? Let's just put one of them out. That's fine. I'd like to have 2 points out there. You gonna try to counter that? Ugh. Let's see. Non-creature spell, right? What are we getting rid of? Not land? Not a land, huh? Yeah, suck it, MountainmanDude. Suck it. And we're playing against Ken, who apparently could not afford an E, so he spelled his name with a 3. Alright, 3 mana. We got 1 dude and a whole lot of hijinks. Spell pierce, non-creature. This is anything. This is anything. This is a 2. This is a 3. Alright, we're ready to be crazy to some non-creatures here. That's not going to do anything. There's number 2. We are done. I can put Spectral Adversary out on the next turn. Or at the end of his turn here. And there we go. Alright, we got another mana. That's good. All attack. Alright, only another... What is this? 10 turns to go, and then we'll have him dead. Non-creature spell. That would be a creature spell. We'll put out a 4th land. All attack. Nine more turns to go. Touch the precious. Yeah, man. That's a good response. I like your wings. Just Jwari Disruption. I shall disrupt that. Yeah, I'm expecting him to rage quit pretty soon there. Alright, number 5. All attack. What do I got here? Creature spell, any kind of spell. Creature. Rage quit, rage quit, rage quit, rage quit. Number 6. We're getting a lot of traction for all of just the crap blue I got in here. Not another one. Can I go after anybody? Counter target spell. Yep, let's do it. Suck it, Junji. Alright, here we go. You've exhausted me, man. That's all I can do. Come on. Here we go for 3. Alright, 3 more turns to go. Oh, dang, now he's up to 10. He's got reach, though. Delver of Secrets. You gonna block it? You gonna fall for my hideous trick? There we go. Oh, he's only up to a 4/3. Is that all I do? Because he was a 2 before. Is that the deal? It's not. I'm gonna keep it. So decline. What does it matter, right? I'm just gonna show him anyway. Ah. No tax. I got lots of mana. This guy should have rage quit a long time ago. I got rid of like whatever, 5 cards or something. And there we go. I'm not exactly sure what that was. Apparently he thought something was oopsie. Alright, so this is the premium mythic mono blue, let's call it control. Mono blue control that I picked up off of Untapped GG. And it's a good deck. It's a good deck. So let's see, I played it looks like 7 matches. And I have a 71% win rate for it, which is pretty awesome. And I got to say, even one of those games I lost, I was kicking but I mean, it was incredible. So I don't care losing in that game. It was a fun game. So this deck is pretty much what I hate about blue. I hate about blue, which is all of the counter spells, right? And there is so many counter spells in here. What do we got countering? Spell Pierce, Jwari Disruption, Essence Capture, Gaslight Snare. I guess that's it. But still, man, that is a lot of people not being able to play anything. And what did we see with this deck? A lot of rage quitting. I mean, I know myself, I got a short fuse on when it comes against pure blue decks. And getting countered, like, let's say 3 times, man, I can't handle that more times than not. And I saw that a lot of people felt exactly the same way. That's the way it seemed to me. So I don't think I'm the only person that hates mono blue. But I got to say, playing with this deck was really, really fun. Once you get over the complete disdain of your personal self for playing this crap, it was pretty awesome. What was the best cards in here? You know, I got to say, my favorite was Spectral Adversary. The reason why is because what is one of Dr. Second's favorite mechanics from blue? Phasing. And I loved it when I was able to play Spectral Adversary and phase out 2 of his dudes because they were out of commission for quite a while and they couldn't do anything. They weren't available. I mean, I guess Exile would be even more awesome, but still, for as cheap as phasing is, man, I loved it. I kind of wish that blue Kamigawa phasing card was in here because it's even cheaper and even better. Because that is so wonderful. Like if you're about to get the board wiped and you just like phase your dudes out and then all their dudes die and you're sitting there with a full army still. Secondly, if you're about to come in and you need to attack and they got a bunch of strong dudes, you could just go ahead and phase out all of their guys and just come in and do whatever you want. Delver of Secrets, that guy's he's so middling. I mean, the fact is it's just an early flying 3/2, which is great. But after turn 3, he's just a guy. So you get a lot of early damage in if you get him out early. If he comes out mid-game, he's just a body for the most part. Fading Hope is fantastic for being able to bounce things back. Slip out the back is fantastic because it phases guys out. God, I love this. Plus, you can put a +1 counter on whoever you just phased. I keep toying with the idea of potentially phasing out my opponent's guys, but you gotta be able to kill them because of it, right? Spell Pierce. I mean, it's 1 blue mana to be able to do it. It's a non-creature spell, and they can override it with a 2. But early on, man, this is a sweet deck, a sweet card that will just destroy some people's early ambitions, right? Jwari Disruption. I like it because it's a blue mana, and in the pinch, it can be a counter spell. So try not to think of it as a counter spell, right? But if you can use it, and I did, it is fantastic, right? Ledger Shredder. This guy made blue decks awesome again. The fact that he's got Connive whenever you play your second spell. And the good thing is you got lots of things to do because they're really cheap. And so therefore you should be able to get conniving with this guy a bunch. And plus it can happen if the opponent plays 2 spells. And you can play things on your opponent's game. This guy can pump. He can pump himself up and it's pretty sweet. Like I said, Spectral Adversary, he's probably my favorite out of this one. I mean, I had to get like 6 mana to be able to phase out 2 dudes. He's a little on the expensive side. But still, it was cool. It was super cool. Eshen's, I know who my big fan was. I love Dreamshackle. I always want to call him Dreamsicle Geist. Because of his ability to tap creatures until the end, during its controller's, doesn't untap until its controller's next untap step. That could be a long time, right? So, and the one thing I didn't do right is when I had 2 of these guys out, I should have used the first one to tap a creature and the second one to keep it tapped for a long time. That would have been cool. Geistlight Snare is a thing. Thirst for Discovery. Draw 3 cards. Yeah, I think the other thing is I'd put the Kamigawa phasing card in here. That might be nice. And maybe I'll mess around with it a little bit. See if I can make this a little bit more Dr. Suckery. I mean, this is a premium mythic deck. Whoever played it has been putting it together. He felt this was the best combination. Good for him, right? But I think that, you need to take decks that you find and tweak them for yourself because it's not what's the best deck. It's what the best deck is for you. But between Spectral Adversary, Shredder, and Dreamshackle Geist, I think you got some good creatures. These guys are a little on the suck side, but I mean, it's blue. It's not creature heavy. We'll see what we can do. So anyways, I had a lot of fun with this deck. So let's rate it up. Is it competitive? Well, I picked it up off the Premium Mythic list. Yes, it's competitive. Was it fun? Yes, it actually was a lot of fun. And lastly, does it have a theme? No, it doesn't have a theme. I just don't see it. There's no themes here. I mean, it's just counter spells and some various decent blue cards. So what is that? Spirit, spirit, not a spirit, not a spirit. That's a spirit. We're kind of rocking spirits a little bit, but not themey enough. What does this do? Unless you control spirit. Man, this is starting to look kind of spirity, isn't it? Still, I'm not going to give it a theme. Nope, no points. So I'm going to give this deck an A. I mean, really, for being competitive and fun, that's enough. It'd be great if it had a theme to it, but it's not there. You're just going to get an A. I'm sorry. So anyways, if you end up playing with this deck, I hope you had as much fun as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, hasta la vista, baby. See ya.